Alright, recording has started. I shall begin this. Hello, Internet! I am the HM Brandon, and welcome to another episode of Brandon Kidnaps his friend to do a tier list video. Today we have Give.
Hello.
Anyway, you might be wondering why are we not doing the next Pokemon tier list, and that's because we're busy people, and I wanted to do this. The end.
Because it's more fun.
The main reason why me and Minnie never did the friggin' Marvel tier list I kept suggesting. Also, we still haven't got his new laptop. But anyway, we're doing Kingdom Hearts Worlds, and as you can tell, there are many different versions of worlds on this tier list. We got things like stuff from the mobile game, which we'll probably just put in dead last. From what I can tell, things from Chain of Memories, from the way these images work. For some reason, were coded. Either way, we'll get into that. But first, here's how the tier lists go. First, we have No. Just No. These are the absolute worst worlds that any Kingdom Hearts player would dread going back to on any replay. We'll get into why that's just bad is things that are awful, but not like uh, unforgivable. Like you could say you enjoy some aspect of that world. The It Exists is the most neutral, basically saying, hey, you know what? You're fine. It's alright are the just solid worlds that have a few good things here and there. The pretty good ones are the worlds that you can actually have fun in. I have our favorites tab in case me or give just flat out say a different opinions on a world, and for some reason one of them is our absolute favorite. And then we have best of the best, aka just you know these are the kings of all the Kingdom Hearts world, basically. So, shall we get started?
Yes, sir.
All right, I have no idea what this is. It says O2.
Castle of Dreams?
It says O2 Castle of Dreams. I'm thinking this isn't Birth by Sleep. Oh wait, no, it's 0.2. Duh. I'm stupid.
Yeah, obviously.
Uh,
Because, like,
I
Castle of Dreams is Cinderella.
I barely remember anything from 0.2. I played it once.
I'm not completely caught up, so I don't know much about it.
I think we have no opinions on many of these O2 worlds, so I think we might have to put a few of these in just it exists.
Yeah,
All right, so
probably.
Castle of Dreams definitely. Oh, oh lag. Castle of Dreams goes into exists and Enchanted Dominion as well, because I don't think you or I have an opinion on that.
No, I don't think I even got that
Let's
far in
also let's
O2.
also go ahead and put Dwarf Woodlands there because I legitimately do not remember.
I don't
The
remember that. It's, like, the first world that you go on Venti's side.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, this is the 0.2 version though. We'll get more into the
Mm,
Birth by Sleep worlds. Believe me, we will. But for now, there's not much. The Dark World itself, that's a bit different. The Realm of Darkness is, well, kind of iconic if you think about it. It's it's from we see bits and pieces of it here and there until we actually can explore it in 0.2.
yeah.
It's something that Sora and Riku legitimately should have been trapped in at the end of in the cage too, realistically.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell they were able to like get out, considering the fact that they were still just kids and barely like getting into like the whole darkness and light thing.
And can we acknowledge how Aqua just suffers?
Yeah, for so long.
When we eventually get to a character tier list, that's going to be fun. uh,
I will have strong opinions on multiple characters.
yes, we know how you feel about Naminé.
I love her.
I, you know what? I might just be a fan of Axel and Lee. They're fantastic.
Agreed. But that's another tier list for another day.
Yes. The Dark World itself, I think it's, if we actually had a bit more time to explore in Cage 3, I would probably say it's pretty good, but right now, just because it's kind of just a combination of everything from 0.2 and an epic boss battle in Cage 3, I'm going to say it's all right.
Yeah, I would say it's alright as well, but like it would be a low tier it's alright.
Now, I think we can actually
Because we don't know much about it.
I can actually talk a little bit about the Destiny Islands version in 0.2 because that one actually was a bit more involved.
Yeah.
If well, the importance of Mickey finding Aqua, then getting Kingdom Key of Darkness, as well as helping stop the, I forgot what it was called. Was it Demon Tower? It was the Shadows.
It's like I know which one you're talking about. I think it's just called a Heartless Spiral or like a Heartless Tower.
That thing that was shown the most in Kingdom Hearts 3's early trailers.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's pretty all. The world's pretty all right, but that being said, it's not that good. So I will give
It's
it.
better in other games, but the point too, I think it's just like
If we ever
eh.
actually got, I would love it if we would have actually been able to like go back to Destiny Islands and explore a bit more.
Yeah. Since it's like the starting point of the entire series.
I don't. Okay, I know this is a Dream Drop world, but I can't really tell what it is.
Try zooming in. I can't tell either.
Okay, we'll go down the list real quick right now. The Hunchback of Notre Dame world. I personally really like this one. Just because I just really like
I
that.
liked it too.
It's. I think it's pretty. I think it might be my favorite world in Dream Drop. Honestly, at least my favorite Disney one anyway. So I'm willing to say it's. I'm going to say it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd
It,
honestly put the same thing as well. It was pretty good. I liked exploring the area. And plus,
uh,
the movie was also really good, and I think the game did it it did it justice.
all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I think this is the world that never was version in Dream Drop, and I think the one over on the right is the Tron world. I can't really tell that well, but I believe that's accurate.
I believe so. It's what it looks like.
So honestly, for originally a handheld version of the final world in Cage 2, it's actually pretty well made. And also, I think it works very well with the flow motion.
Yeah, it was alright. I don't
Yeah,
remember much of it because I haven't played 3D in a while.
Dream Drop is really fun with the flow motion. They definitely nerfed it a lot come Cage 3, but I think that's fine. I think this one is definitely better than the Dark World. Old at least.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
like a high tier, alright.
yeah. Three Musketeers. That one's. I think it's very interesting if depending on which point of view. I think Sora working with the Three Musketeers is more interesting than Riku's backstage shenanigans. Which sounds,
Yeah,
but it's fine.
it exists.
It exists. It's still better than. It's still more memorable than the 0.2 stuff.
Yeah.
Pinocchio's world. I'm gonna go and say this. This is the same thing. I think Sora exploring Pinocchio's world, I forgot what it was called, is more fun than the stupid Monstro segments. I don't.
Oh,
I
100%. I didn't really like Monstro.
So this is again another 50-50. So I think we have to put it under it exists.
Like a high, it exists.
Yes, and it's only because I like Sora's part in art. Uh, Fantasia. Now this is kind of. I think this is kind of the opposite. Riku gets a really cool boss fight in this one against
What the
that
hell was Fantasia again?
musical area Mickey wearing that wizard hat.
Oh, yeah, that one.
That young Xehanort's an asshole.
I personally like that world.
I think
Just
it's.
couldn't remember it.
I don't really care for Fantasia. I don't think I've mentioned that very often, but it.
No.
But I just had to quick double check to make sure my OBS was still getting the tears. Um, Honestly, this one is kind of the same with the last two Dream Drop worlds. It exists for Is, but because of Riku's cool boss fight, I think I would probably put this a little bit higher into a low alright.
That seems reasonable.
Okay, hold on. I just need to think for a moment. Let me just go down the list. Three Musketeers thing, Tron. I do not remember every Dream Drop world.
Neither do I.
Like,
I remember, like,
there are
I
7.
think it was, like, Hollow Bastion. It wasn't Hollow Bastion,
It
was
was
it?
Traverse Town,
Traverse Town,
which
okay.
I don't think this is this Traverse Town. This might be.
I'm really not sure.
Okay, I'm going to just leave this one as unknown until further notice. We'll get back to it when we get back to it. All right,
I'm
but
about to boot up the 3DS.
I have my 3DS somewhere in my copy of Dream Drop, but I don't know if I don't know where I can grab.
I'm gonna boot mine up.
You know what? You do that. We'll say, well, for this Tron world, it's fine. I honestly, I like the KH2 Tron world a little bit more, just because it has a bit more fun, and this one's based off of Legacy, I think, which I don't even really remember. It exists. I'm just waiting now.
Ooh, this is gonna take longer than I thought.
Okay, well, so I know I looked this up real quick. This Game Central station here. This is purely based from the mobile game.
Oh, it's from the mobile game?
Yep, and since you or I have barely any opinions on some of these things, I'm thinking we're just probably gonna put all these in just no.
Yeah. Like, I know, like, the mobile game has some, like, heavy lore,
It does, and
considering,
that
like,
sucks.
yeah. Because, like, nobody really likes playing the mobile game.
Tragic. But
I played it when it came out. It was amazing, but then they
it
basically
got
took
worse.
away the fun.
All right, well, moving on from that, we're stepping into Birth by Sleep territory. We got the Cinderella world.
I think I just got there in Birth by Sleep. I need to finish that game.
You really do. I like that each One thing I really like about Birth by Sleep is everyone's different point of views. Also, we do get to beat up that asshole cat from the movie. So, yeah, that's already a strong opinion. I think out of everyone's storyline, Aqua probably has the best one. Because all we
Oh,
have.
I started with Venti.
Okay, so
Or
Ventus hangs out
Ventus.
with a mouse, which, Freaking, Terra is just an escort mission, which sucks. And Aqua
Aw,
actually does stuff to
man.
help the plot and then fights an interesting Unversed in the end.
Huh. Making
So,
me want to finish Birth by Sleep.
you really should. It's alright. I'd say it's. Uh, okay, 0.2 Destiny Islands is just more or less a boss battle and importance to the story, so I'm just going to put it slightly above it. Speaking of important parts of the story, Keyblade Graveyard.
Ooh.
I it is. I think this world might actually have to be an S tier world. It is. It is the most epic place original world that was created, if you ask me. And also, you cannot say that anytime you've seen that secret, if you've seen that secret ending to Cage 2, which I don't even know how secret that is, and you just see
Everybody
the
knows about it.
exactly, it is epic, and it is probably one of my favorite final boss type areas of all time.
Yeah, I was gonna attempt the 100% KH2 world, but that required me beating him. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
I beat him already. I beat him. I have that still saved on my freaking Twitch. Actually,
Oh my god, I haven't even attempted.
I haven't fought him in critical mode yet. I'll get there.
You'll
I,
catch me dead fighting him in critical.
dude, you know how long I've spent fighting the Valkyrie Queens in God of War.
Oh yeah, true.
All right, Disney Town. This is fine.
It's meh, honestly, in my opinion.
Okay. So I like that each character got a different minigame. That being said, though, Ventus one sucks. That stupid ice cream thing. You make one mistake and everything goes to hell.
But that's like everything in the world.
Yeah. I mean, exploration is key to certain things because when I played through the game trying to get the friggin' special extra Aqua segment. Yes, I did.
Oh,
Yes, I did that because I couldn't play
that's a
0.2.
lot of cracks.
Yeah, it's because I couldn't play 0.2 at the time, and I just wanted to say, hey, I wanted to do this. So it definitely exists, and because of its Disney E-Town's somewhat important significance later on, I'll put it next to Three Musketeers. That feels fair.
Yeah, that feels fair.
Biasness is trying to take over. The only Lilo and Stitch world in existence, and it's barely based off of the movie itself.
And the movie was so good too.
I love that movie. It is my favorite. And I'm going to
Man, I
be
want to rewatch that movie.
it's such a good movie. And the second movie honestly almost made me cry. And you'll know if you've seen it. Hell, I did a whole
I
video
don't
ranking
remember much
straight to
about it.
All right. Anyway, while it is a great world, kind of world, I don't know. In my opinion, it's also barely based off of the movie itself, which is kind of a big to me. But you do get Stitch in your party.
Okay, it's 100% worth it then.
Okay, you know what? I'm putting this under pretty good, top tier. I don't think it's worthy of an S just because of how little it's based off of, but I still love it. Also, beating up Gantu as
Yeah.
Aqua is pretty fun. Okay, we have entered the Dwarf Woodlands Birth by Sleep version, and
It's not all that memorable.
it really isn't. Again, Aqua seems to do more for the Disney side of things than freaking Terra or Ventus does. I think Terra actually just screws stuff up, and Ventus is just there to follow him.
He's just there.
Whenever someone called Terra Anakin Skywalker, they were on point.
Oh my god.
I'm a Star Wars fan, so you know I would know.
Yeah.
Alright, but it's fine. Honestly, it still has a better Ask boss battle than freaking Devil May Cry 2. I will put it under mid it exists.
The 3DS has been found.
You found it! Yay!
Okay, now where's my game? There it is.
What do we talk about Sleeping Beauty's world?
I've never been there, nor have I seen anything
Okay.
about it.
Alright. Terra is a jerk, Ventus gets stuck in a maze, and Aqua gets a cool boss fight with Maleficent Dragon. So,
It's
again,
memorable.
it's Dwarf Woodlands level again. Okay, I think this might actually be the best Birth by Sleep world right here. That's not Keyblade Graveyard. And I'm going to explain why. You can actually explore Neverland.
You can actually explore Neverland?
Yes, unlike freaking Kingdom Hearts 1 where you're stuck on a boat. You actually get to explore Neverland. And yes, I know
Oh
that.
my god.
And yes, I know you can go to the clock tower, but also I have PTSD from that clock tower. You've seen the Heartless Hidden boss in that area in Cage 1, haven't you?
Yeah.
That thing is terrifying. It took me moments. Like, okay, early on story, when I found the hidden bosses in Agrabah and Neverland, I thought they were terrifying. Except for the Agrabah one. I just thought the most tough. I gave my brother the controller, or told him to go to Agrabah and said go nuts, and he somehow did beat it, which amuses me a little. And then I actually
Wow.
did beat the Phantom or whatever it was called eventually. But on track here. I think Neverland is overall pretty good. Oh, sorry, someone's calling me.
Alright.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say I might have this. Whenever we get to a certain world, I'm gonna have some interesting opinions based off of current events.
Alright. The world that we haven't looked upon from Days,
You mean Dream Drop?
or yeah, Dream Drop, it's Traverse Town.
All right, I thought so. Well, that's
Yeah, I'm
well,
looking at it right now.
Well, this is easy.
Yeah, it's really good.
It is really good. I think it might be better than Age Ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to I like the story on both sides of Traverse Town.
It actually made me kind of interested in The World Ends With You, and I do need to buy that at some point. But
So do I. Oh my god.
I did give it a try whenever I borrowed it from the library, but I just did not have the time to get into it.
There was a trial on Switch at one point
I
where
think
you
that
could
was
play
actually.
it.
I think I tried that too, but I didn't have time.
I downloaded it, but I forgot to play it. I got busy.
I
I
played
was
Fighters.
upset. It was.
I played the Fighters Trial a lot though.
I have the game.
Yeah, that's fair. I have it on PS4, so I didn't want to bother on Switch.
That's fair.
Mirage Arena. Okay. This world's pretty good just from a minigame standpoint and content wise.
Honestly, I have no opinions on
A
like
lot
majority
of
of the Birth by Sleep ones.
that's why I'm here. Da 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 da. Realistically though, this world is just for content's sake. But to be fair, it gives you extra bosses to fight, some more things to play around with, including you can do the racing minigame as everybody. And it's also the only time you get free reign over the armor versions, which I really wish we could have just used as like a power up in Birth by Sleep. I'm disappointed.
Ah.
If and when we get another Kingdom Hearts game, we can play as the Birth by Sleep trio, they have to give us that ability. I would love to
There's
just.
no telling.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on through Nomura's galaxy brain. I think
That's true.
I think right now he's just trying to get revenge for getting kicked off of the Versus 13 project with all the Yuzora stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, Mirage Arena, it's pretty good. I'd say it actually. You know what? It's tied with Traverse Town for me at this point. Just until something breaks this. And here we have probably the most iconic world in all of Kingdom Hearts history, the Colosseum.
Oh God.
Now, okay, realistically, the Birth by Sleep version isn't that great. It's partially a town, and then the Colosseum itself. You get some interesting fights here and there, and for some reason, Zack from Final Fantasy VII is there.
I remember that.
Honestly, okay, I'm not spoiling anything in case anyone hasn't played the recent FF7 stuff, the Crisis Core remake or the actual first part of the remake. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on anymore. The end. But for this version of Olympus Coliseum, I would say it's low all right. It's not bad, but I personally think that there are better versions of this world.
Yeah.
Okay, Radiant Garden.
I personally like Radiant Garden.
Everyone loves Radiant Garden.
Who doesn't, honestly?
It's probably
Such an iconic world.
slash Hollow Bastion. Obviously, they're the same though.
Yeah.
So honestly, it's pretty good. But I will put it. We get so restricted on where we can go in this version based on our character. But it does introduce Lee to the group, basically.
Yeah, and Lee's a core character.
So and Isa is there too.
Yeah, they're both core characters.
We also
Like,
see it.
obviously, like, in my opinion, the Kingdom Hearts 2 version of Radiant Garden is better because, like, you have
Oh no,
more
that's
free
100%.
roam.
Oh, that's 100%
Oh,
better.
yeah.
But to be fair though, that world kind of took the place of KH1 Traverse Town but made it better.
Yeah.
All right, honestly, I would say it's probably best. It's probably the
It's a
top
high, pretty good. It's either that or
Yeah.
a favorite.
We each get one favorite. We're not.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah,
think.
I'll save that then.
Yeah, we have there are things that are better than our favorites, but we have our personal bias.
Yeah, if we both like a world that much, that's when it's gonna go into the S tier.
I almost thought this was Scala El Column or however you pronounce it, but I'm pretty sure this is just I forgot what it was called, but it's where the Birth by Sleep trio started.
Where the Birth by Sleep trio started, it was like in a more
No, this looks like it.
starry area. I'm pretty sure that is Scarlet de Column, but
Let me scroll
I'm
down.
not sure if that.
No, it's not.
I'm not sure.
They just look similar because Scala El Column is down a bit more.
Hmm.
I think these are more based off games, which is this is more based off game order, which is perfect for us realistically.
Wait, where's the castle that is in the Realm of Darkness?
You mean Castle Oblivion?
Is it Castle Oblivion?
That's what I thought. Or well, Castle Oblivion is the realm in between.
Cause like the castle where Venti was, or Ventus was.
That's Castle Oblivion,
Oh, I
and
didn't
that's
know it
right.
was
And
stuck
that's right here.
there.
I swear, what's
Oh,
recoded
okay.
here? That looks like recoded. The recoded thing.
I'm not sure what that is.
Okay, we'll worry about that later. But I really like the starting world that you start off in. It looks pretty cool, and I can imagine other Keybladers training there. But the fact that we barely get any time there, and it, or even like just forever, it's kind of low tier, all right for me.
It's alright.
Yeah, like it's worse than the Coliseum. Like it's better than it exists because it's actually really cool. But yeah. Recoded thing, because that's what I think this is. Because I can't think of any other Birth by Sleep world that fits this.
I can't either.
I feel like calling Recoded bad is harsh, but
It was okay.
it's such a retelling. I'm giving it low. It exists, but only because it's just 100% a retelling and nothing really that interesting pops up. Besides foreshadowing for Dream
Right.
Drop, I think.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, this version of Castle Oblivion, I don't. We hold on. Scrolling down a bit to see if we actually get a better version of Castle Oblivion later on. Don't think
Not
we.
from the looks of it.
All right, then we'll just count this one as like the main Castle Oblivion then. Honestly, it's a really interesting area in Chain of Memories, and I dislike that game, so it's all right, I guess.
Yeah, it's alright.
And how I feel about Winnie the Pooh in one word.
I
No.
love it.
Okay, well now
Oh
we're
man.
okay. Okay, I'm fair. I'm fair. I don't. I've made it various. I've established many times over. I'm not a fan of the Winnie the Pooh sections. Also, I have to mention the thing that someone wanted to tell me is the fact that the horror movie version is on a streaming service I have access to. So that's fun.
Oh my god.
So what do we have to say about this? I won't be mean about it. The highest thing I can offer though is it exists. And keep in mind
That's
this is the
fine.
first version of it.
Oh, it's the first version?
Yes,
Yeah,
this is
it's okay. I like the Kingdom Hearts. I like the Kingdom Hearts 2 version was probably by far my favorite.
so I'll give this one a low it exists. Because that's best I can give. Original Destiny Islands.
It's like really iconic.
It is very iconic, but the problem here's the thing. How many people live in fear when the 3 Final Fantasy characters on that island beat the crap out of them?
Um, I don't know.
I found out the exploit to beating up Riku.
Yeah, so did I.
And someone found an exploit to the race in the later section.
Oh my god, I hated that race so much. I
Someone,
retried it so many times.
yep. I wonder what I should name the ship next time I replay KH1.
I don't even remember what I named mine.
Is there a sensor bar in KH1? Can I just name it something absolutely ridiculous? Okay, this world's iconic, and I think like we should put it above probably the high. It's all right because of its iconicness.
Yeah. Two
Classic,
that are pretty good.
classic Agrabah. Okay, this is actually kind of tough because on a couple existing hands, you get fully full exploration over Agrabah. You can go to the Cave of Wonders and fully explore that as well. You got several bosses, some being really good, some being downright awful.
Terrible.
And you get a couple unique Heartless.
Yeah, I remember the ones that went in, like the fucking jars.
Oh god,
Those were a pain.
no, the friggin' jar centipede thing. Now that was a pain.
Yeah, that's a pain. I
Honestly,
remember going
though,
through that and I struggled.
I really liked both Jafar boss fights.
They were okay.
And what about the okay? Let's do a quick analysis. Big exploration, many different bosses. Is some good, some no. An escape section on carpet that's very annoying to control.
I found it to be quite manageable.
The world's a bit more. The world does fit with the lore, with the Maleficent hanging out with Jafar bit, as well as Riku coming in to take Jasmine away. And yeah, this world, I think this world's pretty good actually, just overall.
Yeah.
Like I'd say,
Like I'm usually not a fan of Agrabah, but they did it pretty good.
I think both Agrabahs are actually really good, but this one, we'll go ahead and put this one next to Radiant Garden. Radiant Garden kind of wins a bit more for me with how story heavy that it is, especially since
Yeah.
it's the halfway mark of Birth by Sleep. I cannot defend this.
Which one is that?
KH1 Atlantica.
Oh, I haven't been there.
It's
but I've heard like many stories that people don't like it.
Okay, I'm gonna give a couple things here. I hate underwater combat whenever it's done. It was so wrong, and I will say KH3 did it so much better, but that's just the standard. KH3 did a lot of things better.
Yeah.
Underwater combat absolutely blows, and if you've seen any of my recent Devil May Cry streams, you'll know how much I hated the fact they put sections in that. I think the only real highlights I can give it are the unique boss battles of Ursula, and it's pretty explorable, even though it's no fun to wander around in. Also, you beat up that asshole shark from the beginning of the movie, but it's its movement and just overallness it's just bad.
Yeah, I was thinking because like the way that you described it, I feel like you would have obviously put it in a just bad category.
The only reason I don't
And
put it
I've
under
heard a lot of horror stories about it.
the only reason I don't put it under no is just because it at least tried some things.
Yeah, tried something that hasn't really been done before in the series. Well, obviously it was the
It
first
was the
game.
yeah, but at least they tried. Hell, they technically
Yeah.
didn't even. This is one of the worlds that they didn't even fully base off of the movie, so they came back and
True.
used it again, and which I kind of liked that. I almost wish more worlds would do that, so that way we can come back to them and do an actual story plot after, like, doing their own thing. But I digress. Monstro. Well, this is easy.
Yeah, I did not enjoy Monstro at all.
I got lost
hated
in
it
that
so much.
Okay, you want me to tell you why it's better than Atlantica, though?
Go for it.
1. No stupid underwater combat. 2. When you don't get lost in the maze that is the inside of Monstro, it's kind of interesting. 3. You can actually team up with KH1 Riku in a boss battle. It doesn't last long, but you get to team up with him. I think that's the only time you actually team up with Riku in that game as well.
Other than that, you just gotta fight him.
Yeah. Alright then, yeah. Okay, we might need to be a little nicer to this one.
Which one is that?
Deep Jungle, aka Tarzan World.
Oh, yeah, I was just about to say, is that Tarzan?
This is the only time this world exists as well.
Yeah, I remember like going through that world. I got lost, but then I figured it out.
I think this is
The like little cutscene moments, they were really funny to me.
Yes, they were. Cutscenes were fun. The beating up and then eventually murdering that Jaguar was nice.
Oh god, I hated that fight.
When you kill him, he's good. He's dead for good. You actually
Yeah.
murder something. Sora's a murder.
Yeah, the guy.
And technically, we also kill Clayton by association.
Yeah, technically.
I think you don't even need to kill the chameleon in his boss battle. I think you just need to kill Clayton.
No, because I went for Clayton first, and the chameleon was still alive.
They might have fixed that at some point, because I swear that's what you have to do. Because I remember
No
thinking,
clue.
only kill Clayton, and then you're good. I like the sliding section you do of Tarzan based from the movie.
Yeah, that was fun.
Also, this
I
is the
did get lost though.
yeah, this is also the first Disney World you actually get to team up with a Disney character other than Donald and Goofy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's your first third party member. I'm so glad that KH3 allowed us to have the entire party out at once. That made me happy.
Yeah, they did a good thing with that. That was so like
All
well
right,
thought
so
of.
I think that Deep Jungle is probably overall pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like a low pretty good.
I'd say okay, it's kind of tied with Netherland for me with Ian.
Put it in
I,
front of Neverland.
yeah, they're both pretty good exploration wise. The KH1 version of Disney, where the Disney Town, no, because we don't even get to do anything with it. It just exists. It actually no, it just exists. It exists. It lives on the map, and that's it. We only do things in cutscenes there, and it's just that's it. Any objections to that?
Nope, no objections here.
All right, well, I I kind of feel like we need to hold off on this world for a moment, considering it's the final world in KH1.
Oh.
Let's let's just put that in the box. We'll go back to it later.
Keep it for last.
Yeah. Well, well, not last. We're gonna finish up the rest of the KH1 worlds. Speaking of
Yeah.
which, Halloween Town. This is you technically get a much more explorable Halloween world than KH2, since that had to be split up a bit.
Within like the actual Halloween town, like the Christmas town.
Yeah, you get this one's pure Halloween, which I think is a little bit better. I'm kind of going off of
Like
exploration wise because KH2 was definitely a bit more linear in some parts.
yeah.
But that being said, let's be a little nice for a moment. The boss battles
I
in
mean,
this were
they were
weird.
okay.
We went from beating up annoying children to fighting Oogie Boogie's Casino of Madness to fighting a house.
Oh yeah, that did happen.
And then we shot auto laser at the moon.
Halloween Town did bring in one of the coolest Sora outfits though.
Oh hell yeah! So oh yeah, no wait,
Like
this
I
is
love the Halloween Town outfit.
okay. If we're not counting Atlantica, which technically you have to go to first if you're going in difficulty order. This is the first world that alters Sora's outfit.
Hmm. True.
All right, you know what? I think this might be it's a low pretty good to me.
Yeah.
Like I'd say it's probably up there with Deep Jungle.
Welcome back.
All right. On the topic of very iconic worlds, we have here probably one of the most iconic worlds, Hollow Bastion. Eventually Radiant Garden, but not in this game.
Yeah, that game hasn't put it as Radiant Garden just yet.
Hollow Bastion was purely just a very big explorable castle with many, many dark enemies.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Let's just go down the list of bosses, shall we? Maleficent, Maleficent Dragon, Dark Riku, Ansem Riku, and Behemoth. Oh, and then eventually,
Oh yeah,
oh yeah,
there
and
was
then
that many. Oh my god.
oh yeah, and then Xemnas, but he's a hidden boss. That was 100%
Oh.
Xemnas. And yes, I did beat that boss on stream at one point. I'm pretty sure. I also think that's one of the only organization fights you get where you actually could have a Disney character with you in the form of the Beast.
Hmm.
That world was somewhat of a pseudo Beauty and the Beast world with the involvement of Beast and Belle. But it was this is probably the most story heavy world in KH1. Any anything you want to add?
Not really.
I'm pretty good at describing places.
Yeah,
I
I can tell.
I So realistically, though, I think I should go ahead and say this world's biggest annoyance: falling off the edge.
Oh my god.
I really hated. One of my least favorite parts in this world was losing the Keyblade, because that was awful. I will say the uniqueness of relying on a party member is cool, but then I also had to do that in Recoded, and I had no weapon. Like, I don't even think I could use magic in that when I did that part.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was hell. Overall though, Hollow Bastion pretty good. I think it's probably overall it's probably better than the rate. It's probably the top tier, pretty good, if not best of the best. Do we think it's worthy of best of the best?
Um,
KH1 on Hollow Bastion.
I'm not sure, honestly.
Okay, so I think the ledge thing is kind of a deal breaker for me, so I'm gonna put it at high pretty good. It has potential.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Neverland in KH1. It's definitely worse than Neverland and Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
I think the only real highlights I can give this world is actually giving us some flight combat, which is still way better than the underwater combat, even though it's a little janky. But that flying power does come back in the final fights, final boss battles.
I mean, that's good, because, like, the flying was, like, probably, like, one of the best things that the game could have offered.
And I guess Sora lost his beliefs because he couldn't never fly again afterwards. And last time I checked, that's not part of his standard abilities. As
Yeah.
he never goes back to Neverland to restock on pixie dust. Although Peter Pan has a summon in KH2.
That is true, he does.
I saw someone actually friggin' use that to just destroy Saïx in KH2.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he probably deserved it. Eh, I think this is a very low alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that one.
It does have a hidden boss battle, and you can fly around it. Also, I will say, as much as an annoyance it was, the Shadow Sora fight was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like fights with the Shadow Sora, or, like, the original name, which is the Heartless Sora.
Okay, I call that Shadow Sora because it definitely feels like Riku created that from Sora Shadow. And the Heartless Sora was kind of already its own thing later in the game.
Yeah.
Also, we also have Anti Sora, which is shown in KH2 and 3.
Yeah, a lot.
I hate that anti form so much in KH2.
KH2, I hate it, but it has
KH3,
saved me in some fights.
I believe it. KH3 one, definitely a bit more useful.
Definitely.
Alright, Classic Olympus Coliseum. I really like this world.
I don't like Olympus Coliseum.
Oh no. Okay, let's just go down. This is a purely tournament world, old in KH1, and I have no problem with that. I like going back and doing the tournaments. You eventually go toe to toe with Hercules. You rematch Cloud so you can beat him up if you didn't beat him up the first time. You also fight Leon and Yuffie. So if you hate Luffy from Final Fantasy VII, you're in luck. And if you hate Leon from Final Fantasy VIII, congratulations, you played Final Fantasy VIII. I have nothing against these guys, but also I will say I got to a point where I legitimately farmed Sephiroth for EXP because I was so good at beating him.
Oh my god.
Who's your god now, Sephiroth? So I really like this world, but apparently you don't like this one.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of, like, the
All
whole
right, well,
Hercules thing.
okay, but to be fair, this is kind of the least Hercules based, just mostly just tournaments.
True.
All right, but you know what? We will. Here's what I will. Here's my compromise. high all right.
That's okay.
Yeah. Because I think it's honestly probably S tier, but I think there is a better version of this world. We'll get there. The first world we go to that's not Destiny Islands, or Sora's weird heart dream thing. You know, we don't have. They really don't. They really don't have a name for that world, do they? Or that whole existence thing.
I don't think so.
It's just inside Sora's hearts, basically, or inside hearts.
Yeah.
All right, but Traverse Town. Not gonna lie, I did get lost here several times trying to progress the plot. Also, when I was younger, I didn't understand where the third district was, despite the fact that I know a direct path to it from here on in. So I ended up soft locking me out of basically everything. Fun times, right?
Yep.
Okay, but Traverse Town is the world. Like, it's basically the town you go to whenever you need to restock for things. Or it's the place where you go say hi to friends. And it also has the Winnie the Pooh book, which I don't care about.
I used it as a restock of many things.
It's also a bitch to do the gummy ship section to get back there in the early game.
I hate how you have to keep going through the gummy ship to go to another world. That
Legitimately speaking,
sucks.
gummy ship did get better as time went on.
Yes, I agree.
I do not mind it in KH2 as much, and I actually kind of like it in KH3.
KH3 made it fun.
It did. It also gave it this. It also made it. It also made it a kind of requirement in order to get the ultimate weapon, which I actually didn't mind in this case.
It wasn't that bad in KH3.
It was pretty good, actually. I will give it that. But we're talking about Traverse Town, and you know what? This is the town, so I will say high all right.
I would think it's pretty good.
Okay, so realistically, I don't think it's as good as the Dream Drop version, so I would say we put it down. You know what? I think it's better than Deep Space, because, like I said, not much Lilo and Stitch, but Mirage Arena definitely has more stuff to do. That's the best I can.
Alright, that's fair.
Okay, Wonderland.
I hated that world.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this one either. I thought it was interesting.
I got lost so many times in there. I hated it.
This is also the first world you have to go to, as well as the fact that you don't have Cure yet. Which Cure is a
Yeah, it was
godsend.
such a pain.
The only thing that saves this world, in my opinion, is the unique mechanics, like the growing and shrinking, and how you have to move around certain things.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's about all I got for this. It's a very low it exists, but it could just be it's bad. And honestly,
It exists.
it barely exists. Somehow, but
Like there are worse worlds than it, so
there's so many things I could say, but I think that was the last KH1 world, as I see the KH2 Winnie the Pooh book, and we're gonna go ahead and just talk about at the end of the world, shall we?
yeah.
This world is a freaking trip to hell, and then I mean that in the best way possible. It is honestly, this is probably the most unpredictable world if you don't know what you're doing. Like for Traverse Town, you can kind of predict what's going on. It's a town, and Hollow Bastion's an epic castle, so you could kind of expect some unexpected enemies or stuff to pop up.
Yeah.
But no, the end of the world literally is unpredictable to a point where whenever they have the pillars where you go back to past worlds, I was not expecting that.
Wow.
There's also the lore involving some stuff that was shown in Melody of Memories for actually, believe it or not.
Oh wow. I need to finish that game. Oh god.
Honestly, and the final boss battle being partially Destiny Islands and then this big friggin' battleship Heartless that you have to fight, this world is freaking awesome if you ask me. And I will stand by that statement. I think this is one of the best.
S tier, probably.
Yeah. We're right so far. That's two end game areas we have ranked best of the best.
seems fair enough so far. We still have some really good games to go through.
Oh, we do. All right. KH2 Winnie the Pooh. You want to know
I feel
why?
like I'm just biased
You
about the
prob
Winnie the Pooh thing.
you probably are, but realistically, I do think this one's slightly better, and I'm gonna explain why. It's not a pain in the ass to get the torn pages,
True.
and I think the mini games in this are a bit more interesting. I'd say. I wouldn't say it's awful. I would say
They're
it's
alright.
I would say it's definitely a high exist. Better than Tron on those. I'd say uh I'll
Better than Disney Castle,
it's better
honestly.
than Birth by Sleep Disney, but I still think Three Musketeers is a bit more fun.
Yeah, that's fair.
Beast Castle. Hmm. I like looking around the castle. I'll say that as much.
The castle's fine. The Zigbar fight was
Oh
annoying.
my god, that is PTSD as well. Honestly, it's okay. Let's realistically, I think it's better than KH1 Neverland, but I don't know how good it is. I don't think it's much better than anything else past that.
Yeah, it's alright. The
Wait,
main thing
wait.
that I remember is like the fight in the ballroom and then the Zigbar fight outside.
Okay, hold on. Let me just. You know what? We do get a few unique bosses. We fight Beast. We do. We fight this weird, cool gargoyle door thing, and then the ballroom fight was actually really cool to fight as well.
Yeah.
I'll put it. I will put it next to Birth by Sleep Olympus Coliseum. I feel like that's pretty fair. Um, KH2 Agrabah. This is might be a little bit more.
Oh.
This might be a little bit worse on than KH1 actually.
Yeah.
Now let me just go down here first. The Heartless battle you get at the end of your first trip, pretty good. I think it's unique. But Jafar fight, it's bad. It's not even. I can't even give really many points to the whole carpet assist fight. It's just bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree.
It's fun to explore around. Like I think Agrabah being a little bit bigger was cool and a little bit more open. Yet, okay. Do we want to count the data battles that we have to fight in this? Because if so, I also have to add Marluxia to the Beast Castle thing, which doesn't
Oh
really
yeah, I forgot.
which I don't have to add much on that, but add because that boss actually still gives me PTSD as well.
I think it gives everybody PTSD.
Marluxia's terrifying. His freaking
Agreed.
data battle in KH3 is even worse.
Oh my, I beat that first try. It was so easy.
I was unlucky.
I had no idea what I was going into. Like in
What
the data
difficulty
battle,
were
and it
you
was
on?
so easy. Standard.
Okay, well never mind then. I got nothing for that. Yeah. All right, so I'll give this. It's it's all right, but not super all right. Uh, I'll put it.
It's mid.
I'll put it. Okay, I'll put it between Fantasia and Birth by Sleep Olympus.
All right.
Oh, you want to hear my biased opinion?
Uh-huh.
I don't mind KH2 Atlantica.
I love KH2 Atlantica.
It's fun. It's just fun.
It's the first quotation of Melody of Memories. It's where they actually brought in the whole like rhythm game thing.
The original
With the whole
song.
reaction
Okay, the
time.
original songs are not that good. I will give it that. I think they're fine at best and cringe at worst.
But the legitimate Little Mermaid songs are the best.
I kind of like hearing Haley Joel Osment sing Under the Sea.
Honestly, same.
All right, we're a bit biased towards this world, but I will be fair and I will say I will put it under. We'll put it below Beast Castle and all right. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like it's not our favorite by any means, but we definitely don't dislike this world.
Like for me, it's my top 3.
In KH2 or just in general?
In general. I
Hmm.
liked it that much.
Fair, I can't argue.
It's probably because Ariel is my favorite Disney princess of all time.
I don't really know who
So that's
mine.
probably why.
I think mine's probably Rapunzel. I like Tangled a lot.
I thought Tangled was okay.
Yeah, well. You know, if we end up getting another Pixar world soon, I think they should do Brave. That would fit.
That'd be alright.
All right. KH2 Disney Town or Disney Castle, definitely better than Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
Pro-
agree with that.
I like the idea of an invasion of darkness hitting this place, and the fact that you actually team up with Minnie of all people is kind of fun. Also, yes, I murdered every tower in that throne room just because I felt like it.
In my opinion, the escort mission
Is awful, but I like the idea that she actually.
sucks.
Yes, it does, but let me just clarify. At least Minnie can do something.
All she did was stand there for me. She didn't do anything.
You didn't use a combined attack, or you didn't. She didn't shoot a laser for you.
She didn't shoot anything. She wouldn't even allow me to do a combined attack.
Wow, you got unlucky then.
Yeah.
Also, I think we have to acknowledge one thing.
Which is?
Even though this is technically a different world, the entrance is still there, and it's technically not a world you can enter directly in KH2 otherwise. Terra, the hardest boss battle in Kingdom Hearts history for so long, as well as the major PTSD moment for all gamers.
Oh my god. I tried fighting that once. I failed miserably.
When I tapped into my Ultra Instinct, I was able to defeat it.
Oh my god.
That is what I call my game aiming selves, like true Zen state. Me and Ultra Instinct. I've achieved that, so I can only achieve it during the true ultimate fights, like with friggin' Sigrun, or I think maybe the final battle in Sekiro. All right, but overall, Disney Towns or Disney Castle, I'd say it's low, all right.
Yeah,
Like,
it's alright.
okay, this is interesting. Halloween Town / Christmas Town. The second boss battle on this world freaking is terrifying. Or the final boss of the second run through.
Isn't it the
That
Lock,
weird
Shock, and Barrel one?
No, that weird robot thing.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one, from what I can tell, a lot of people hated.
Yeah.
I personally kinda got over it. But I think I'm gonna go a couple things here. I like the idea of being able to explore Christmas Town, even though it's not much there. The different Heartless for each side of the worlds are pretty cool. I don't know if that's a Final Mix exclusive or not, but I'm counting it. And I think Lock, Shock, and
There was
Barrel could.
exclusives in the original.
I also think that the Lock, Shock, and Barrel fight is definitely more interesting with a Heartless backing them up. And I think that another thing I think was in the Final Mix original or Final Mix exclusive is Sora, Donald, and Goofy getting Christmassy outfits. I don't think that was in the original at all.
I don't remember.
I think that's accurate. And if someone can comment if I'm wrong, but I just think that's accurate. Overall, this world's pretty solid, but it definitely does suffer from what I'm going to call the KH2 linear problem, as in it's a bit more straightforward and you have less to explore. But the bosses were pretty cool.
That's true.
I'd
and
say
it still has the cool outfit from KH1.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably tied with KH1. I would say it's probably a bit lower, if I'm being honest, just for the sake of maybe just reusing certain assets from KH1, if anything. I don't know. Okay, so Olympus Coliseum Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. We start in hell. We start in actual hell. Do
I
I have?
preferred the Cage 2 one over the Cage 1.
I don't completely disagree with you. I don't think I ever finished all the tournaments in that though.
Oh, I did not. I got to like the last phase and kept dying.
Okay, but here's what I'm going to say. We do get a few interesting fights. We don't have to go through an entire tournament to fight Hades.
True.
We get to team up with Auron, who's a pretty cool character.
That's also true.
I've never played Final Fantasy X though, so I know no jack about him.
I have. I've beaten
Okay.
it. It's my mom's favorite.
Should I give Final Fantasy X a try? I've been thinking about it.
Yes.
Have you ever played 7?
People don't like it because everybody doesn't like Titus, but
Yeah, from what I've heard,
it's a good one. That's my first Final Fantasy game. I personally like it.
my first was 7, technically, if I'm not counting Kingdom Hearts.
Don't count Kingdom Hearts. It's not under the. I mean, technically, it could be under the Final Fantasy franchise because it has the characters, but it doesn't interfere with like its story on its own.
I really like Final Fantasy 7, and that's why I'm looking forward to the next part of the remake. I still have to play Crisis Core though.
I don't have it. I'm too poor to afford it.
I'm just not really into buying it right now. But seriously though, if you haven't played 7, play it. It's fun.
My dad has the remake.
That's not the same. It's part 1 of 3. Alright, but back to Olympus Coliseum. So we get Cerberus as a boss battle again, and we actually have Cure beforehand, if I remember correctly, so thank God. I think we have it anyway, I don't remember. Although we only have Auron in that fight, which kind of sucks. It's usually better when we have the squad. We do the Hydra. I like the Hydra fight.
That's my like least favorite fight in Olympus Coliseum.
I think
Because Phil just keeps yelling, "Get up on the Hydra's back!" I'm like, bro, shut up, please. I'm trying.
We're trying, Phil. Stop nagging us. But you know what? The end of the second run through has the best ending, where the gods put our characters in the stars, and Phil just cannot deny that we're heroes.
Yep.
To a point where he doesn't even say anything in Cage 3.
True.
Okay, but also
oh my God.
we also have Zexion to fight. Man, poor Yenzo.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so okay. Definitely higher. This might be the highest It's Alright. Or maybe okay, for giving us more to I think it might actually be better than the original as well, so except for the tournaments. I think the tournaments were better.
Lower, pretty good. Seems like a decent area.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because like it did have some pretty good moments in it.
My bias has come through now. I really like the Pirates of the Caribbean worlds.
I was okay with them. One of the boss fights did tick me off though.
What?
But other than that, I don't. Them.
I definitely think that KH3 did this a lot better with the exploration side of things. But again, KH3 made everything better. So this one's pretty alright. We get 3 whole areas to explore, but not that much. I think Skeleton Jack was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I also don't dislike the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. The 4th one kind of sucks, though, if you ask me. But hey, that's just me.
Haven't watched them in years.
Fair. I'd say it's.
It's like middle of all right.
I'll put this. I'll put it behind the Dark World. I think that's fair.
Seems fair.
Pride Lands. Okay, so this is kind of a big mixed bag, if you ask me.
I like the transformation.
Yes.
For Sora.
I wonder. Well, I will quote Donald for a second. I wonder how Kairi would react to Simba Lion. I don't.
Sure.
These are the questions. Ooh, You know what I really want to see in a future Kingdom Hearts entry?
The other characters like Kairi and Riku going to the worlds.
Yes, exactly. Because we
transformations. Yes, I want to see that too.
We've only had one instance where Riku is transformed, and it was in Tron.
Yeah, that's the only thing that we get.
I still stand by that if we get another spin-off before KH4, it should be an Aqua and Kyrie team up thing, so that way we could actually maybe see them get it different in forms. Because Riku's already going to be busy with something. And I don't know where everyone else is.
Yeah, he's working with Mickey and everything.
No, he pretty sure he told Mickey to F off and left.
Hmm.
Alright, back to Pride Lands. I will say that the biggest weakness of this world is you're a little bit more restricted and you can't use your drive forms, obviously.
Yeah, because you're a little lion. Or
Yeah.
like a cub.
Yeah, so that's what that makes sense.
But it is the cutest form. That's the only like upside for me. It's the cutest form.
That is true.
It exists. That's just my opinion.
Boss battles. We get the
Kinda sucked.
honestly the giant boss battle in the second run through is pretty cool. It's a bitch to fight, but
It was
it's cool.
okay.
And Scarfhouse. I like having Simba in your party. It's very cool to see the uniqueness of the summons react to being in their own worlds because they weren't we didn't meet them there originally. I give it a low. It's all right. There's a cat down here now. It won't leave me alone.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Kitty kitty.
okay. Okay. So, Hollow Bastion / Radiant Garden. We can call both of these now.
True.
Now, this might be actually this probably isn't. This probably is the best of the best. Realistically, there is so much going on in this.
Yeah.
We also revisit this world the most.
That is true. And then it has the secret boss fight as well.
It has many secret bosses.
True.
Like if we just go down the list of boss battles, we would run out. We would be here for a while. Well,
Not really. We would just be here for like a couple minutes.
all right, let's just go down them. First off, there is no boss battle in your first visit. That's it. That's all I can think of. For a second. But for real though, you get the data battles, obviously, which are 13. You get Sephiroth again. Demyx, which technically fight Demyx twice, so if in that same world now they think about it.
Oh my god, I hated the Demyx fight. Oh my god.
Demyx is so entertaining in the manga version of Kingdom Hearts. I will say
I remember fighting it like on my first playthrough. I could not get it, so I had to have my dad beat it for me.
Yeah.
I was like 10.
But it also has the Thousand Heartless fight, which is so cool.
I just like that because you can just grind XP there.
Do the Sonic Rave. I think this is an S tier world though.
I also think that.
I also kind of like how Tron's a part of it.
Oh yeah, Tron is a part of it.
I'm putting it at top tier, best of the best. I think overall it's better for how much of an importance it is to KH2.
I'm gonna have to agree with that.
Okay, so I don't know what this is. I think this is Tron though, because we're still in KH2.
It looks like Tron.
Tron is. I honestly have PTSD from this one section where you have to kill all the Heartless or die.
I hated the boss fight where it's like
Which one?
you're being chased, but then you also have to fight the guy in the middle. I forgot the name.
The Master Control guy.
Yeah, I hated that boss fight.
I like shooting that face.
It's so annoying.
It does give us it does give us the costume though.
True.
and and we get to hang, and we get to drive a light cycle, which I stand by motorcycles. So it's it's all right, but it's kind of a low all right for me.
Yeah.
Okay. What the hell? My mouse just went weird. All right. Mulan. Believe it or not,
Land of Dragons.
Mulan is one of my favorite Disney films, and one of my least favorite live action adaptations.
Yeah. I feel like everybody's like that.
So this one's pretty. This was the first Disney World we explore in Cage 2, and I think it does a stellar job at that. One of my least favorite things though is how we were stuck with Pink for so much of it, which is just a way worse Mulan.
Yeah.
Like that one section where Donald and Goofy could not help us, I legitimately only found out how to exploit that fight to win it.
Oh God.
Yeah, but whenever went back to Mulan, she was a lot better. Gave us a limit, actually fought well. Overall, solid. I also like having kind of a duel with the main antagonist of that movie.
I just wish that they put the song in there.
Oh my god, that would have been perfect.
That would have made it a complete S tier just for the song, because that song is so good.
There's a lot of good songs in Mulan.
But the main one is Make a Man Out of You. That's like the best song in Mulan.
I don't disagree. It's so good that Team Four Star made a parody of it with their Dragon Ball Z abridged
Oh
characters.
my God.
If you remember that, congratulations. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's worth it. Um, honestly, despite the fact this is probably the best early world we get, but but it's still kind of So I'm gonna say it's uh, I'll put it below Fantasia, but above the rest. I think that's
That
fair.
seems fair.
I'm skipping this world for now. It's the last world old. I think we have to. All right. Timeless River. Another alternate outfit, technically. I mainly use this.
I didn't like it.
I mainly use this world to farm wisdom form, and that's it. It's fine. Honestly, It's the main time we get a boss battle with Peach. But also, I have PTSD from those stupid car Heartless.
I was just about to say one word. Cars.
That's a good
I
movie.
hated the cars. Well, that too.
Alright, so realistically, I'm going to go ahead and say it's not bad, but it definitely isn't good. So it's low, it exists.
Yeah.
I like the aesthetic of it. So,
Yeah, it's different.
Mysterious Tower. I'm honestly just
There's
kind of.
nothing to really do there.
I mean, there is a few things, but not much. Like again, I farmed Master Form in this world. Also, Yen sits there. Honestly, this is probably the most it exists.
Yeah.
I think it goes top tier just because it's the most of it exists. Not because it's close
And
to
that's where, like, Sora gets his, like, new outfit there and everything.
Yes, but also I have to mention another thing. We got teased to go into this world old in Cage 3, but we never got a chance to get free reign there. I'm not letting that go.
I'm gonna hold a grudge now.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome to my world. Oh my god, okay, now we have the best version of Twilight Town. Cage 2. As much as I hate being stuck there for long periods of time.
Personally, I think it's, like, S tier, in my opinion.
I think from a story standpoint, if we're counting... Okay, so we're going to count every version in Cage 2, because that we have to, because Roxas was stuck in the data version for so long, and we only get free reign of the real version as Sora.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's also where you get the recipe for the ultimate weapon, which is weird. It's the whole you go back to the original, then you get this or something. I don't know, but I think from a story standpoint, this world does fit S tier, but I don't think it's as good as the other worlds. Sadly.
Yeah. Like, it's like my favorite world in Kingdom Hearts 2, but it's not my favorite world overall. But I feel like it's only me being biased because my favorite Kingdom Hearts character ever is Roxas.
You are very biased about him.
I love him. His
I
character's so
I think
good.
I might be biased towards Lee, but I don't think that's needed.
Axel's a pretty badass character.
Fair enough. All right, now we're at the world that never was. Huh. Honestly, I think I might say that the Dream Drop version might be a bit better than this one.
I don't know, cause like in Kingdom Hearts 2, it brings out one of the best boss fights
Okay, yeah,
ever.
that's fair. I do. That fight is one of my favorites, and probably my most favorite of all time. I know which one you're talking about. It's not for. It's not any. It's technically not one of the main organization members. Uh, I did
Like
unlock,
in the original game, it's just a cutscene.
and they made it so much better as a fight. You also get Riku as a party member.
Mm.
So I think this world is probably. It's definitely probably the one of the best. So I'm gonna go and say it's
Like
behind.
midpoint.
Yeah.
I'm thinking midpoint, cause like it does have a lot of memorable boss fights.
I'm gonna go ahead and just skip Cage 3 for a second, just so we can get this over with. Boop, 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 bop, bit. I don't know what to talk about Daybreak Town. That's kind of weird.
I mean, like
Like,
Daybreak Town is whenever you play as Kyrie in the DLC.
uh, eh,
I thought it was okay.
I'm gonna give it mid. It exists, and we'll just move on.
Just go on from there.
All right, we're gonna do this in proper order this time because I feel like that's probably fair, the most fair right now.
Yeah.
So I think we'll start with the best version of Olympus Coliseum. It's just called Olympus here, actually.
Yeah, I think it's just called Olympus.
So I think we could just go ahead and say this: fully explorable. You're able to go to the plane of the gods themselves. You do battle with titans. You get to slide on fire. What is there? What give me a reason why this should not be an S tier world?
I don't know, it's just the fact that Sora was able to fight a straight up tornado.
Yeah.
That just still baffles me.
Are we really going to argue that whenever the Keyblade 8 has hit so many things that it probably shouldn't be able to hit, like weird ghosts or shadow people?
We're not gonna talk about it.
Okay then, I think this is probably a low S tier. Only saying I'm only giving it low is because of its less story significant parts compared to these.
Yeah, I'd agree.
All right. Next we have the worst version of Twilight Town, but it's still pretty good.
But like, Ratatouille.
I Ratatouille is my favorite Pixar film, bro. You do not need to convince me on that.
Ratatouille.
I love that movie. So it's all right. Like legitimately, you go here to make me. Well, actually, you don't even have to go there to make meals. You have the option to save menu. That's kind of sad, actually. You get a cool Keyblade. That's just kind of a copy of some. I'm not making a good case for this.
I mean, it's okay.
I'll give it, for a story standpoint and for the fact that it's, Twilight Town. I'll give it. I'll put it under right. I'll put it between Dark World and the Dream Drop version of the world that never was. I don't remember.
Seems reasonable.
I don't remember when Winnie the Pooh becomes unlocked in this one, so I'm just gonna say we do this one now. It's
I remember.
it's literally the same mini game just to get different produce. That's it. That is literally it.
I don't remember when we unlocked Winnie the Pooh, actually. I really don't remember.
I'm putting it next to the first one. It barely beats out these three. Just because it gives us useful items. There is the bone I throw to you, Winnie the Pooh World fans. Enjoy it, because I'm never giving you another one. Alright, the next one's Toy Box. Are we going
Cool
to
form.
Cool form? Are we going to talk about Nomura and his versus 13 problem?
I don't know. I don't know.
Alright, moving on from that. Although it's kind of funny that is now canon. That game is canon in that universe.
Yep.
I think. Okay, so this is the first world where we get more than. Let's say something else, but it kind of. It's the first world with a really unique mechanic in the form of the mechs.
Oh yeah, true.
Each world kind of.
The game's like Arkham Rex, something like that.
Frig, I don't know, man. It's. I think the final boss in this one is kind of lame. Like, it fits the world, but I just don't like it that much. Also, just made me really.
Wasn't the final boss like Buzz or something?
No, it was a UFO thing.
Oh, that.
Yeah, it's not very memorable.
I liked the doll.
That was creepy.
The doll fight, I loved that. That design.
That was in the trailer
so
too,
good.
wasn't? That was in a trailer, and it was creepy.
Yeah, it was in the trailer.
Overall, it's an all-right world. It probably beats out the most of all these, if I'm being honest, though. Just from the world itself.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. Unless this is a favorite, it's not going any higher.
It's like my top 5.
Well, the favorites tier might be empty by the end of this.
I already know what I'm gonna put in favorites.
We'll go down the list. Alright, Rapunzel's world. I liked wandering around the forest. It's kind of fun.
It was alright for me.
If you do some stuff with Rapunzel, you eventually get a really OP item. That allows you just to heal as you move.
What?
Again, well, it's not super overpowered because it's an early game item, but it's a good one. Because Rapunzel's whole thing is that she heals as she walks. You also get a dancing minigame, which is fine.
I have still been trying to get the max score on that, I swear.
I am not, because I am not a masochist. Multiple people actually die in this world.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, sure, one of them was brought back to life, but still. I like the Keyblade we do get from that world. I will say that.
It does look pretty. I like it.
I also like just shooting lasers constantly at my enemies. I think that's something we haven't mentioned about KH3 is how cool some of these Keyblade transformations are.
Some of them are better than the others.
I like the Shield Fist. Is from Olympus Coliseum. I'll stand by that. And the Toy Box Hammer, well, there's a reason I have a Funko Pop of it. Alright, but I think this world's overall pretty good, but at the same time, it does post game it does lock us out of having Rapunzel in our party forever.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of. It's
pretty good.
I'll say between Traverse Town and Mirage Arena. That feels like a good spot.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
And
Oops, I dropped my head.
if my memory serves, next would be Monsters, Inc.
I'm pretty sure it's Monsters, Inc.
Yes, and I think we need to say one thing. Yeetus Vanitas.
I was gonna say furry.
You would. But no, we have to acknowledge it. Sully yeeted Vanitas.
True. That was so funny.
I don't care if Vanitas is actually probably stronger than anything in that world. It is funny. Uh, I kind of liked going into the door factory. And I also liked using Mike Wazowski as a bowling ball.
Oh, I forgot you could do that.
The monster forms for Sora, Donald, and Goofy were pretty cool.
That's why I said furry.
Of course you would. And we get the Keyblade we get from that is a frickin' yo-yo.
Oh yeah, it was pretty fun to use whenever you first get it, but it really doesn't have any benefit.
There are a lot better Keyblades down the line.
Yeah, San Francisco's Keyblade for one.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall pretty solid. Also, this world takes place after the events of the movie, which is something I was not expecting. And I will always enjoy my favorite quote of Yeetus Vanitas. I think if there's less to explore than Toy Box and Oxen, I forgot what it was called, Lana Corona or something. So I will say it's probably low pretty good if you ask me.
Yeah, I enjoyed the story there, and then seeing Vanitas again, it was like pretty cool.
Yeetus Vanitas. Okay, now for the most overhyped movie of all time.
Hey, it's a good movie. You better take that back.
No.
Take it back.
No.
Let It Go is a good song.
It's overused, and they even flat out used it in the game.
I know, which made it one of my favorite worlds.
Okay. Look, I'm not going to lie here and say that Frozen is a bad movie. I'm just saying, as someone with younger sisters, I got sick of it real quick.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Now, do I think Frozen 3 was going to be bad? I'm willing to let it. I'm willing to let at certain Disney movies pass. Zootopia 2 could be good. Zootopia Frozen 3, maybe. Toy Story 5, shut the hell up, Disney. Stop milking this franchise. You're beating a corpse.
True.
I hate Lightyear's existence, and that's why I haven't even watched it yet. And I flat out made
to watch like the last 10 minutes of Frozen 2, to be completely honest.
I like the fire lizard in it.
That's cute. I love it.
I don't regret that one. All right, but the world itself, I think Frozen's world's pretty good, actually. I like the mountain.
Yeah.
Well, we don't actually get to go into town, which kind of sucks, but hey, we get the mountain.
Yeah, true.
We get a really big party member that I was not expecting. I'll wait.
I zoned out. Hold on, what?
The big party member we get into the Frozen world.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm disappointed that we didn't get to fight Elsa, though. Maybe my urge to set the Ice Queen on fire was too strong.
Yeah, but like, Elsa wouldn't be seen as a villain in any sort.
Accidental fights happen. Beast wasn't a villain, and we still fought him. Hold on one sec.
Okie dokie. Oh, shit.
I'm back again.
Welcome back.
Alright, so the Frozen World's pretty high alright, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's a high alright.
Only reason I'm not putting it on it's pretty good is because I had to do that sledding mission so many damn times in order to get it.
Multiple times just to get all the sigils.
Yes, which are needed.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on though. My bias comes through yet again. This is probably my
Is it
This is my favorite Disney World in Kingdom Hearts 3. Because we just get to be a pirate.
And then like the ship mechanic is actually really good.
And then you'll remember that's kind of like based off of Black Flag.
True.
Hey, I like that game, so I'm not complaining. I love the pirate designs. It's for Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
I love it as well.
The underwater mechanics are actually good.
That's true.
We get some real interesting boss battles.
You also get some like really interesting dialogue whenever you're on the ship.
Yeah. You also get to beat the ever-loving crap out of Davy Jones.
That's true.
Who murders Will right in front of everyone, and Sora goes nuts on him.
Yeah, I was shocked when that happened.
I shouted one thing when I saw that. Kill him! I'm S tiering this world. I don't have any argument against it, do you?
The designs are amazing, the story's like amazing, it leaves you on like the edge of your seat. The characters, obviously Jack is one of the best Disney characters out there.
Hell yeah.
So I would agree with this tier.
San Francisco. This is another thing that I was not expecting to take place after the movie. Kind of.
True.
Because with all the friggin' nanotech stuff, I thought that was what we were dealing with. But nope, we were dealing with.
All I gotta say is weird.
Like
for the whole world, like entirely, Baymax. That's all I gotta say.
Baymax is awesome. He's my second favorite Disney Ace robot. If you want to know who number one is, it's Wally.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Come on, Kingdom Hearts 4, bring in Wally!
Do it! Oh, I don't know what that world would
Come
be.
on!
I don't know what that we would do with that world, though.
We can figure something out.
Now, people have been wanting Pixar worlds for so long, but the real question is, what Pixar world fits Kingdom Hearts?
Everybody's saying that they want, Turning Red.
I don't...
And, like,
That doesn't make sense. I think, Onward would work.
I'm trying to remember the name. It's like, it's got Mirabelle.
Brave. It's Brave.
What's her name?
I don't know.
No, that's Merida.
Look, Encanto's main character sounds similar to Brave's main character.
Merida and, Mirabelle. Mirabelle's like, oh, Encanto.
Yes, exactly. That's what I said.
Oh, my bad.
I don't think Encanto would work that well, because that's more of a family drama. It's very pretty, though.
I hear a lot of people saying that it would work.
I don't think it would. I would think it would work about as well as Coco would, and that one would barely work as well.
No. I hear a lot of people saying that they want Star Wars as well.
Well, that's fair. That's different. Star Wars and Marvel, I think, would work all right. It just depends on what era you do.
Yep.
If we did, honestly, if depending on certain Pixar worlds, I'd say Bugs Life would probably work all right.
Kinda.
I think the three ones that would work the best would be Bugs Life, Brave, and probably Incredibles.
Between those last two, I feel like would do like really good.
Yeah, it's because those worlds are more action based. Like Onward, I think would do all right as well.
I haven't seen Onward, so I can't give my opinion.
Onward is so good, and I'm not just saying that because Tom Holland and Chris Pratt are in it. All right, but we're getting distracted. We have a tier list to finish.
It's true.
Okay, so San Francisco is honestly, I can't not deny it's basically just a giant city sandbox that we play around in.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it. It's not great from a story perspective, so I'm kind of ranking it a bit lower. So I'm gonna put it right here. I think. Oh wait, hey. I think Traverse Town's still better story wise compared to that, so I'm giving it that. I'm giving it that. Think that's fair?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay, we're entering major story territory up now. So
Now the last 3 worlds.
yep, and this is going to be kind of interesting to debate because some of these definitely are way better than others. First off, Kingdom Hearts 3 Keyblade Graveyard. I don't think there's any argument here. This is probably the most S tier world with how much of an epic final boss battle area it is.
Yep. That's where I experienced my first death in Kingdom Hearts 3.
I don't remember what killed me first.
I think, like, young Xehanort, I think he killed
I
me.
hate him.
Yeah, it was like, whenever you had to, like, fight 3 people at once, that's the fight that I died in.
It was a really fun fight. I think it's better on Remind. To be fair, though, everything's better on Remind.
Yeah, I like how you can choose who to play.
Yeah.
Did I choose to play Roxas whenever I had the choice? Of course.
Just don't do it on critical mode. Sucks.
Oh. I don't care. I want to play Roxas, my baby boy.
Honestly, though, Roxas is a really useful party member.
I love him. His character's so good.
Most story, many interesting boss battles, and may I remind you, they basically replicate the 10,000 Heartless fight with 10,000 enemies. I think it's called.
Oh yeah, true. And
Also,
I actually like how if you played the mobile game at the time, you had a chance of getting your name in the actual fight.
I played the mobile game and got the freaking special Keyblade. I just didn't do it for the right. I just didn't do it for the right system at the time because I would have done it on PlayStation if I had it. I have it on Xbox. Oh well.
I don't.
My name might actually be there somewhere. You never know.
We just have to go play through the boss fight and actually pay attention.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I do like that though. I think that's real. It has, like I said, yeah, this is S tier world, no matter what.
100%.
I think it's probably better than Birth by Sleep.
It brings back so many characters that everyone loves.
Is it better than KH2 Radiant Garden / Hollow Bastion?
I'd say so.
You know what? Fair. Okay, Final World is cool, but is it, from a story standpoint, it's also it's a mystery. This is a very big mixed bag.
The Sky one?
Yes, the Final World, as it is called.
Okay, because like you have your first like quote unquote major like boss fight besides the Titans, because like you go to the Final World.
How many times have we died there? How many times have we died to freaking Liquid Darkseid in critical mode?
I don't know.
We've died a lot.
But like the Final World, you get to see Chirithy, one of the best characters in my opinion.
He's a Kingdom.
He's so cute.
He's a Kingdom Hearts Moogle.
But he's cute.
I would very much like to hear Ventus and him talk in an actual game. Yeah. I think you and I can agree on
chemistry in the mobile game.
Yes, exactly. Which,
Yeah,
before the whole mobile game went to, I don't even know where at this point, I did find out a few things about that. Also, you do hear Naminé's voice in one of the stars during the Final World section. So, that's
in my opinion, from like a view-wise, I feel like the Final World is like probably my favorite.
You know what? If you want to put that on the favorite side, I would not mind, since I legitimately do not know where else to put it. Because it has so much, yet so little at the same time, I don't know where to rate it. I am honestly stuck.
I'm trying to decide between that or like Kingdom Hearts 2 Traverse Town.
You mean Hollow Bastion? I don't.
Oh, I mean Twilight Town. My bad.
You can put Kingdom Hearts 2 Twilight Town here just for the Roxas part, but let's also keep in mind that I don't. Where is Kingdom Hearts 2 Twilight Town? Where is it? Kingdom Hearts 2 Twilight Town's already in S tier. I think you don't need to put it in favorite for that reason. I don't think we need to put something in S tier if it does. I mean, in the favorites tier if it's already higher than it.
I guess just put like the final world like for a favorite because I actually really did enjoy it. I really liked the scenery, even though it's just like water and clouds.
You know, I've been looking for Cloud for a while since he escaped in Cage 2. Where has he been? Oh wait, he went where Sora went after Cage 3. Smash Bros.
I have to hold in the laughter. I have to hold it in.
I'm a funny person. That's my favorite joke, is that he went to Smash Bros. After Cage 3. Even though we know where he is now. He's in our world. He's in our world now.
That's crazy to think about.
He's with his father, Nomura.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, we got one last world here. Scala El Column, which I'm 90% sure I'm missaying. This world is a really cool final boss area. And it's
true.
And it's really fun to look around in Remind.
That is also true.
That being said, though, whenever your world is restricted to DLC exploration, what does that say?
Honestly, I have no clue.
It says that, you know, it's kind of like when they threw the Final Fantasy characters in at in a year post Sora vanishing, which is technically, I think Remind came out a year after the game.
I think it did.
So yeah, that was legitimately just them saying, "We're sorry. Here's your friends back." I find it also very amusing that Yuffie is a character in Kingdom Hearts, despite the fact she's optional in the original FF7.
Mhm.
Okay, but that's just my opinion. It's cool, and it's good story based, but I don't think it makes the cut of S tier.
Yeah, it's barely. It's like scraping the edge.
Like, it's probably. I'd say it's between the Hollow Bastion and Birth by Sleep Radiant Garden.
It's like a midway point of it.
And where did I put Daybreak Town? I don't remember.
It exists.
Oh yeah. Well, that's it, everybody. This is our Kingdom Hearts World tier list. If we're somehow missing a world, it's not our fault. I pull these tier lists off the internet. I don't know how to make my own. If I knew, I would. Join us next time where we might actually talk about Johto Pokemon. Also, if we insulted a Kingdom Hearts world that you like, well, sorry. Sorry that if you like one of the, 2 worlds we put on Just Bad that aren't mobile games.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you can cuss me out on Twitter.
Yeah. And these and these are our neutral worlds. They are neutral. Anyway, what else can I say except for my catchphrase? Which is peace out, people.
I'm not sure.